All right, guys, I want to do a video on a situation we have here at the shop that's becoming a recurring theme lately, and I just kind of want to put it out there like a PSA. And this kind of goes back to my video on those three things about using the right parts and having the right people do the job. So to cut to the chase here, this car came in, it's an X3 with the N20 engine, 4-cylinder. If you know about these engines, you know they have huge problems with the timing chains and guides. So this customer bought this car about a month ago. They came out one day recently to start the car. It doesn't start. They got towed to a different shop. They weren't able to figure it out. Eventually it came to us. We did find out why it didn't start. This involved us doing some deep diagnostics on here, eventually pulling the valve cover off to check timing. We knew the timing was off. But what we didn't know when we opened up the engine to look inside is that somebody did the job already. We could see through the oil filler cap that the timing guides were newish. So it was very strange the timing was so off. Once we get the valve cover off, we were able to determine that the timing guides and chains and all the parts they used for the job on this engine were all Chinese, probably off Amazon. So we all see those Amazon parts kits out there where they're about 25% of the cost of the OEM or OE quality parts. Well, this is a really good example of when that goes wrong, which is about every time. So using these parts is really just not an option for us. And so we had to give the customer the bad news on this. They're highly frustrated. They don't understand why this is a thing. However, it is a thing. And we have another X3 here at the shop. Same issue. They just bought the car. One day the car doesn't start. It got here. Actually, on that one, they had another shop do the timing chain and guides on that car. However, they're not very familiar with the process. Again, they probably didn't use the right parts, but that was a different situation. We pulled the valve cover off and we found that they only changed the upper timing guide and not the lower guides. They didn't do the oil pump drive module or anything like that. So that's actually, if you know about the job, just a third of the job. It doesn't address actually the main failure point of these guides. So that car was sent on its way and it was not fixed properly, and now it doesn't run at all. So we have two X3s here with the same engine, the same issue, where the wrong parts were used and not really qualified professionals to do the job. So now we have two of them here that need to get that job redone again. So I just want to stress everybody out there that it's really important that you use the right parts and have the right people doing the job, because if you don't, it's got to get done again. And now we're in a position that where the customers are already very frustrated at this point with their vehicle, and it kind of sucks, right? Because we're just going to try to help them out with it, but again, this is what happens when you don't use the right parts on your car.